Relatable. The Shinra Times. How fucking weird is that? Not the Midgar Times, the Shinra Times. I like that Barrett's model reacts to that. What a nice little touch. Wedge, what are you doing? Buddy? Buddy? You okay there? What are you do? Stop that! Stop that! Wedge! No! Wedge. Stop. Stop it. Please, please, stop doing those lots of things. It's not appropriate. We're on a train. Once again, blatant exposition. I like this kind of stuff. Bombs and monitors. Get a girl that likes bombs. Yeah, so once again, it's time to actually put the brakes on. It's like, okay, we need to actually give some exposition. We've had our exciting, action-packed cold open. It's time to actually put the brakes on now that we have our downtime here, now that the thrilling escape has passed, to actually explain what the fuck. Quote-unquote electricity. That's how things turned out. I always love in movies where they show these wireframe maps and it's like, look, it doesn't look like anything to me. I can't tell shit from looking at this. Yeah, so this is the kind of blatant exposition you do need because it's not really something you can convey naturally. But think about that. In this city that is broken up into sectors that are named after the number of the reactor that they're associated with, that has an elevated plate that's 50 meters off the ground, that seems to be completely dominated by this entity called Shinra, which has a newspaper named after it and soldiers, and is based off of these 8 reactors which give the city its power, called Mako energy. And apparently the Mako energy is hurting the planet because environmentalism, and we gotta blow them up because terrorism. Hooray. Shinra headquarters. What a relief. Wedge, please stop jerking off. For fuck's sake. The city don't have no day or night. That plate were it there, we could see the sky. Floating city. City on a plate. It's because of that fucking pizza! god. It's so good. Yeah, this game wasn't localized super great, but I mean, come on. You can't beat that. You can't beat that fucking pizza. Oh my god. Once again, the manifesto from our group of eco-terrorists. Stop trying to sound cool, Cloud. You're not cool. Yeah, so before we got the bird's eye view of the city from above, we saw the top of the city. The top of the plates. Now we're underneath. We're in the slums. We're in a place that has never seen sunlight. Right? Basically, Midgar is like kind of like I don't want to say like all of Africa, but like the African slums, the third world, like I should look up an example of like that shanty town from like Resident Evil 5 that you kind of think of, right? When you've been a trained man as long as I have, you see a lot of people and a lot of lives. People meeting, parting, joy, sadness. After a while, it doesn't even get to you anymore. End of the line. My new musical, End of the Line. I'm just a trained man, plain and simple. It's easier that way. It's not to say the crossing gate of my heart doesn't hurt now and then. Back during the war. Ah, the war. Maybe we'll even learn one of those stories about the war. Anyway. Wow. Wow. Damn. What? Wow. What are you fucking people doing? I swear to God. So this guy's trying to take a piss. Let's interrupt his piss. The camera angle changes and suddenly the scenery that we were seeing is completely gone. Jay, I wonder if this will be important later. See ya, bro. Later, Chaz. You can't pass. Excuse me. Once again, like, the lack of detail leaves a lot to the imagination. Barrett just ran into that bar and started shooting off his Gatling gun into the air to kick everyone out. That's really quick. I mean, that happened, what, an hour ago? And already it got reported in the newspaper. 1 billion gil. 1 billion zenny. A lot of innocent people got killed. At least the people could have gone in their sleep. Yeah, you hear that, Barrett? You could have at least had the decency to murder innocent people in their sleep with your eco-terrorism bombing. Yeah, fuck. The hell's wrong tonight? I was just sitting here drinking. Out of the fucking store. I'm blitzed. Papa. What? No, you stupid child. I am merely a blonde, pointy man. As you can see. You think Cloud is emotionally and mentally stable enough to sustain parentage? As if. This boy got problems. Yeah. Ooh, she's got a name. It's Tifa. Flowers. Well, 1 flower. I only bought 1, thank you very much. Yeah. So this starts a little bit of like a dating sequence. There's points that you can accumulate in order to get a big payoff later on. If you pick certain dialogue options, you get like romance points with a certain character, and the character who has the most points gets a big scene later in the game. If you give the flower to Tifa, she gets the point. If you give the flower to Marlene, she gets Marlene doesn't get a point, but Barrett gets the point. So you can romance Barrett and have a big scene later on with him, and it's pretty fucking funny. I'll go with Tifa, though, because that's how we roll. Yes, fill the store with bar stools and alcoholic drinks and homemade cocktails that people get blitzed on. The store. Let's all come back from our terrorism and start just chugging booze. Oh, Barrett's coming in. Better sit on the table like a badass. That child is suspiciously white. Get in here, fools! Yeah, so a lot of people name Barrett Mr. T. Because he's just straight up Mr. T. Only with more swearing. Let's all just jump down this hole. That'll be fine. Sit down. Yeah, give me some scotch, bitch. Give me my scotch, damn it. So Tifa is the first character that Cloud runs into that's nominally part of this organization, this Avalanche group, who A, seems to know what his deal is, and B, is like really overly nurturing and like concerned about him and gentle almost. Like kids' gloves levels of gentle with him. Are you feeling alright? Like, Cloud, up until this point, has been running around trying to seem like a cool guy to everyone. Been trying to seem like, oh, I don't even care, man. I'm just here for the money. I don't care about saving the planet. I just want to get paid. I don't care about none of that. Oh, I'm gonna jump into the train and look like a cool guy. And Barrett's like pissed off about it. The other members of Avalanche are taking it hook, line, and sinker. Tifa seems to be the only one who sees through the bullshit and is noticing that Cloud is fucked up. I don't know if you remember, but he did kind of have a breakdown when we got into that power plant reactor core and just started hearing voices from nowhere. That seems like it should be a concern, right? Yeah, maybe? I don't know. And again, a lot is being left to the imagination. And you kind of lose that if you do give them more character detail. But the fact that it is like this Popeye wireframe kind of chibi model does mean that as a player who's just experiencing the game as it comes at you, you kind of have to take the reactions of the characters in-game as, instead of being able to visually see it yourself from the models, you have to kind of take their reactions and let that inform what they're talking about. Because again, up until this point, Cloud's been trying to seem like this cool guy, this badass. So you're probably like, yeah. And what most people do back in the day, back with games like this, is you name the character after yourself. So Cloud's doing all this cool guy shit. And you probably name the character after yourself, and you're this ex-soldier dude, and it's all cool. And then you get here back into Seventh Heaven, and Tifa's like, are you okay? You seem like you're not okay. And you're like, huh. Anyway. What does it say? Draft beer, Texas. Texas exists in the Final Fantasy VII universe. Yeah, see, Wedge is like taking a hook, line, and sinker. Jesse, stop looking at porn. We're all trying to unwind after our terrorism. She's literally making a bomb based off of schematics that she got online. Oh, wow. This game just gets more and more relevant as time goes on. Jeez. Yeah, are you proud of how many innocent people were killed by your bomb? President Shinra. I always think that's weird when terrorist organizations claim responsibility for something. How do they do that exactly? Do they send in like a letter to a news station? I don't get that. Do they leave a calling card? Huh. So now we have the information. Soldier, all caps soldier, is some kind of Shinra military group. And Cloud used to be a part of Shinra, but now he's a soldier. Now he's an ex-soldier. Exposition. Know what I'm saying? Don't go thinking you so bad just cause you was in Soldier. Alright, so like the localization is bad and good. I'll talk more about that later, I guess. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you can't do that with more detailed character models. Like, they're small little chibi Lego block characters. You can do a lot of funny, like, cartoony shit like that. And to a big degree, this game has a lot of, like, cartoony, like, sensibilities and, like, sense of humor. Your skinny ass. You asked me a question, I answered it. Oh. Still misses the Shinra. The Shinra. Never... That's... It doesn't make sense to me why they call it that. Shut up! I don't care about Shinra nor Soldier. Don't get me wrong, I don't care about Avalanche or the planet for that matter. All I care about is sounding like a cool guy. Aren't I such a cool guy? I don't care about nothing. Shucks. Well, what the hell? It's a verbal agreement. Aw. Fuck you, Wedge. You look kinda lonely to me. Yeah, so again, think about playing this game as like a 12, 13-year-old back in 1997 on the PlayStation 1. That is probably the kind of thing that would make you go like, aw, Cloud's so cool, he doesn't care about nobody and nothing. He's just a cool badass with a giant sword who only wants to get paid. But, as an adult, looking at it, you're like, wow, what a fucking loser asshole. And here's the thing, is that's on purpose. You're very much supposed to be like, wow, Cloud, you're trying really hard to seem like you're cool. You know who else tries really hard to seem like they're cool? You know who's really obsessed with trying to seem like they're oh so very grown up? Kids. People who aren't cool. Although, to be fair, he is surrounded by a bunch of fucking eco-terrorist hippies, so there is that. This is how people talk to each other, right? Oh, dear brother. Although, think of... Okay, so... I made that joke, but, like, put a pin in this, because it is actually important. Think about the fact that Tifa is the one bringing up this memory. Tifa is the one saying, like, don't you remember 7 years ago at the well? Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, don't you remember we were at the well? Yeah, I remember we were at the well. And don't you remember the promise you made to me? Yeah, I remember the promise that I made to you. Keep that in mind. Wow, somehow Cloud's hair was even spikier back in the day. No. So Tifa was an early bloomer, I see. All the boys. Hashtag the boys. I'm different. I'm not like other girls, Tifa. Look at Cloud's ponytail. Oh, God. I don't know why that amuses me so much, that he used to have a ponytail. Gee, I wonder who Sephiroth is. Gee, I wonder who the Great Sephiroth is. You know, the only thing I know about Sephiroth is that's some Jewish shit. That sounds really bad to say in that way. I don't know why. Yeah, it's Jewish mysticism. Sephiroth, also spelled Sephiroth, singular Sephira or Sephira, is the speculations of esoteric Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, the 10 emanations or powers by which God the Creator was said to become manifest. Huh. Wonder if that's relevant. Anyway. In the Shinra Times, maybe? Ah, nah, you're not Shinra Times material. You're gonna be in the Bugle. You're gonna be in the Shinra Bugle, at best, my boy. We got a real Amy Rose over here, romanticizing the idea of being a damsel in distress. Tifa, that seems, really reductionist, if I might say so myself. Even Cloud's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Ah, shit. Yeah, Cloud, don't you remember? Yeah, I remember. Our promise? Yeah, our promise. You promised that you would do the thing. Yeah, I remember the promise. Just keep that in mind. I'm just saying. Yeah, Cloud, you totally joined Soldier, didn't you? Barrett, why? Why didn't you just ride the pinball machine up like a normal fucking person? Appropriately enough, they were just talking about promises. Barrett's stash. This is my pay. I couldn't buy a stick of gum with this. Actually, 1,500 gil is like not a lot of money at all. That's ridiculously low. We got more than that from the random drops from the random battles we did during that job. 3,000. 3,000! That's like a whole half an hour's worth of grinding. Yeah, it's pretty much just 5 people this terrorist group that is Wags, Biggs and Wedge, Jesse, Mr. T, and Tifa, who apparently is so low on the, like, usability that she stays behind to man the bar. Biggs and Wedge, who are Star Wars references. Jesse, who makes bombs based on blueprints she downloaded on the internet. And Mr. T, who is Mr. T. 2000. That's the sleepy time music. Wow, that's a comfortable place to sleep for the night. Jesus. Shit's fucked. We'll be right back. So we can try and be Fly, but I don't know, that doesn't seem like it's in character for Cloud for me, so I'm just gonna go with the Barrett one, which for some reason gives us romance points with Barrett. I don't really know how to use materia. So we can do a big ol' tutorial about materia, or I could fucking do it, because I'm gonna be way better at it than the fucking game is. Yeah, let's leave the bar, let's leave this child, this young little white girl in charge of the bar. That seems like a good idea, right? Yeah, okay. Tifa says, like, the weapons guy upstairs. I never knew what the fuck she's talking about. But we are gonna pop into a couple shops real quick. Before I talk about the materia, I'm actually gonna buy one real quick. Fire. Boom. And then again, speaking of tutorials... Oh, shit. Go in there. Fuck. Yeah, this is the only weapon guy I know, so I don't know who she was talking about. Because this is the weapons store. So I don't know... Oh, wait, no, I guess it's not really, but whatever.